And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. How are we feeling after that game? I think frustrated, I suppose, is probably a good word. Look, at the end of the day, it was a good test match. I think let's just start with that. It was a good test match. I don't think it was the Springboks' best performance. I think we've been a lot better. A lot of the time this year. So I think it's not a good way to end the year, unfortunately. But I think it was a game where I thought England played well, and I thought that we matched them. I thought that we would have deserved to have won just as much as they had deserved to win. I'm very frustrated that Siya Kilisi yellow card. I don't think it makes much of a difference to the game. But I think it frustrates me that you're not allowed to contest in the air without getting yellow carded. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But I think let's be clear about a couple of things. First of all, let's be the bigger people. Let's not go here and sit there saying we lost because of the ref. Because I don't think we did lose because of the ref. I think we conceded 3 tries at the end of the day. And when you concede 3 tries, winning rugby matches is difficult. What I'd like to speak about is 8 points missed out over there on penalties and conversions. That is frustrating. Andre Pollard right now is leaving almost every single match. He is leaving a good 6 to 10, 9, 10 points out there from the kicking tee. We cannot afford to have that. We cannot have that. That is becoming such a big problem for the Springboks because we can't go into a test match being 6-0 down. We can't. And every single time I look at the Australian game which we drew, and we would have won had Pollard kicked well. I look at the New Zealand game, and I look at this game, and you sit there thinking if there are games where we lose because their kicker has 100% success rate and ours has a 65 or 70%. And that is frustrating because that needs to change. You can't, Geordie Barrett has 100% kick success rate and the All Blacks beat us. Craig Cooper has 100% kick success rate and Australia beats us. Marcus Smith has 100% kick success rate and England beat us. If Andre Pollard has 100% kick success rate in every one of those matches, we win those matches. So that is very, very frustrating. And it's not just on Pollard. Alton also missed a kick. Alton left 2 points out there. But you look at the kicks where they are, and Pollard missed 2 dollies. I mean, he nailed a couple of good. In the first half, he was kicking beautifully. So it was frustrating to go from such a good kicking performance to then seeing that kick where it's right in front and he's pushed to the right. You can't do that. You cannot do that. But before the race play, I just wanted to get that out there, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow. I'm not overly upset by that loss, to be perfectly honest, because I think that the Springboks have been outplayed on one occasion the entire year, and that was against Australia. I look at the Springboks side, and we lost to New Zealand, we lost to Australia, we lost to the British Irish Lions, we lost to England. So we lost to 4 different opponents. And I think only one match the entire year have we been outplayed. I look at the Springboks side, and I think the Springboks side is capable of beating absolutely anyone. And yes, we've lost a couple of matches this year, but I do think that we are in a very, very good position to be in. So I'm not overly upset, to be honest. I'm not overly upset. And I think there will always be the referee calls you won't agree with. But again, I don't think the referee was the reason we lost today. I think that us leaving points out there was the reason we lost today. So yeah. Anyway, so this is where this is where you vote. I'm going to put the link in the description. I'm going to run through this fairly quickly because I'm going to be brutally honest with you people. We have hit 10,000 subscribers. There's the link to go and vote. We got to 10,000 subscribers today, and I'm absolutely buzzing, which maybe is the reason I'm not as upset as I probably should be about a Springbok result. But I do also like to think myself as someone who is quite optimistic, and I just think generally I'm quite happy with where the Springboks are as a side. But we're going to run this very quickly because thanks to you people, I've got a lot to celebrate tonight, and we're going to celebrate it. I'm going to go celebrate it. So we're going to run through the player ratings. We're going to have a good time. Tomorrow night, we're going to come and have a bit more of an in-depth talk about the year and maybe a bit of reflection on the channel about how you incredible people have gotten us over 10,000 subscribers. But let's get rating with the player, shall we? That's where we are. And we're going to start with the front row, the starting front row. Now, I thought Ox and Chair had a very nice game. The scrumming wasn't really working in the first half. So in terms of the chat, please, start jumping in the chat. Are we all in agreement that Eben Etzebeth was man of the match? Do I need to put a poll out in the comments as to who the man of the match is? Or can we just agree that it was Eben Etzebeth? What's the chat there? Did anybody come close to what he did today? So are we happy with just giving Eben Etzebeth the man of the match? Here is your, we'll use the Patron. Here is your man of the match award, Eben. Are we happy with that? Can we all agree on that? I think we can agree on that. Let me know if you don't agree with that, and we'll put out a poll. But I thought Ox was very good. I thought he had a massive tackle on Rod. Evan Rod. Absolutely smacked him. And I thought that the scrummaging issues were more on Trevor's side than they were on Ox's side. So I'm giving Ox a 7. I thought he was very, very good today. And that scrum right before he went off was pretty terrific. 7.2. Happy with that. I thought Bongi Manambi was pretty poor today. I thought that he was uncharacteristically sloppy. So I'm going to give Bongi a 5. What are we thinking? We agree with the 5 there. 6.1. Yeah, I think he had a couple of nice carries, but his line-out work, which he's been always so good with, wasn't up to scratch today. Maybe a 5 is a bit harsh, but I don't think it was Bongi's best outing today. So I'm seeing a lot of people agreeing with my Evan chat. Grant Swartz says Evan easily man of the match. Once again, I played Itoje. I mean, I didn't say it, but Imanami gets a 6. It's Kunin 5, and he kind of gets a 6. Ref was man of the match 6. Okay, so I've gone 6 to Bongi. I think we settle there. I thought Trevor was. I think the problem is in the first half we didn't have a lot of ball. They never had a lot of opportunity to really sort of stake their claim. But I thought his scrummaging was off today. Which is uncharacteristic for Trev. So I'll give him a 5. I think he's been sensational all year. Today just wasn't really his day. But then he had that gigantic scrum right towards the end, which I thought made a big difference. So he apparently on 6.7. So people are going a bit high, which is I suppose good to see actually. Eben, I mean, are we giving Eben an 8? I thought that he was. I thought it was tremendous. I think Eben Etzebeth he's 100 tests next year, 29 years old, and he's just. You know what it is? He's calmed down. He's no longer that rash, almost bratty type of young not chip on his shoulder so much, but I feel like I have to impose myself almost unnecessarily. He's just playing rugby at the moment, and he's playing it flipping well. I think he's been tremendous the entire year, and I think we've seen a coming of age of Eben Etzebeth, who's just calmed down a little bit. And just playing some storming rugby at the moment. So I'll give him an 8 today, maybe a 9. 7.1. It's a bit low. But fine. Lewis, I thought Lewis was solid in the lineouts. Made quite a few carries. It was all right. Nothing particularly special. A couple of decent carries. I'll probably give him a 7. I thought he was solid, but nothing particularly special. But probably a little bit higher than average. 7.2. You can go with that. Nasir will always get 1 mark down because he got a yellow card. I'm not convinced he deserved it. I think it's harsh. I get frustrated at the fact that you're not allowed to jump for the ball. But in terms of the comments, ref was man of the match, says Ranta. 5 was Bongi is fair. Diaga 6. Give Eben the title. What a titan. 5 agree. Poor lineouts. We're talking about Bongi. Khaleesi 5. A complete motor mouth and got a deserved yellow. No, I don't think the yellow was deserved. I think motor mouth's a bit hectic. If anything, he's actually criticized a lot by the South African public for not talking enough. So, look, I think Eben probably needs more than a 7.1, but we're moving. So I'll probably give CO a 7. Probably a 6 actually with that yellow card. We'll change it down to a 6. Just because you get a yellow card. Unfortunately, it's just how it works. 7.2. Interesting. It's very interesting that Sia Khaleesi's actually gotten a higher rating than Eben Etzebeth has. But what can we do? Kwagga wasn't his best game. It's 6. I thought he's had a fantastic tour, and I think he's been brilliant since PSDF got injured and he's played. But so I'll probably give Kwagga a 6. 6.9. Yeah, the guys are going a bit generous here. There was no need to rate Pollard because once again he was the difference between win and lose. Khaleesi 7, see a tackle the guy in the air. Are you blind? I said it was a penalty. I don't think it's a yellow card. I think foul play is a certain amount of intent. I'm frustrated. I'm over the fact that you can't jump for the ball. You watch the replay, and his eyes are on the ball the entire time. He jumps up, going for the ball, ends up taking the player out in the air. I'd say a yellow. I'd say a penalty, but I can't go as far as yellow card. I just don't. I don't like the fact that you can't contest in the air. And I'd say the same thing. I've said, and if you've watched me for long enough, you'd know that I say the same thing, even when it's against the Springboks. I want people to be able to contest in the air, and it's frustrating when you can't. Dwayne, I thought Dwayne was pretty solid. Yeah, it's not quite the Dwayne that we used to know, but he's just a consistent, solid performer at the moment. 6.6, I think it's a bit harsh. I thought Kubas was pretty poor. Kubas says 21 penalties, 9. Holy cow, how did SA lose? Cammy says we should have won. The yellow card was harsh for Sear. I agree, Pollard shouldn't have missed those 2 kicks, but every time Alton comes on, he misses kicks too. So what do we do then? Look, statistically, Alton does have a better record as a goal kicker. He does. So if you want to go by stats and stuff like that, you do need to. You in theory, you should back him. He is a much better goal kicker. Yes, he's missed 2 of the last 2 right from the left-hand touchline. But I think, and that's when the issue is. You look at the type of kicks that Pollard is missing at the moment. It's just somebody who's out of form. Kubas, I thought, was really poor. I thought that Kubas had a big chance today to make a statement, and he missed it. So I'm actually giving him a 4, to be honest. I actually thought he was really, really disappointing. Maybe that's more an expectation than an actual performance. But I just thought, look, 6.8, I think is very generous. I thought Kubas was really, really poor today. I thought he had a big chance to put his hand up and didn't take it. Pollard, I'm over it. Hey, I'm finding it very, very difficult to continue justifying it. You know, it's 3 for me. I can't watch a fly half leave 6 points out anymore. 5.2, yeah, that's funny. Fair enough. King Coach needs a slap as well. We're to speaking the facts. The flaw with your logic is he made the wrong decision to tackle the player by wrapping the arms because he knew he'd lost the ball for the battle. Look, to be fair, he went around initially, agreed, and then he released him. So I think a lot of it was instinct, and then he did come back. But look, I mean, if you want to go the yellow card, I just think it's harsh. I just think it's a lot of it's instinct, and I think you are allowed to challenge for the ball. But yeah, I thought Pollard was and just I think that we had that 4-1 where we should have scored a try and he couldn't bury it when he tried to put the grab in, which just also frustrated me. Drop Pollard and Alton. We should rate Jacques Nienaber for always picking players out of form. No wonder Rusty is still very much hands-on with the team. No, but I'm sorry. If you don't like the team selection, it is as much Rusty as it is Jacques. You can't say Jacques picking the team and then say Rusty needs to be involved. You can't say that Jacques picking the out of form players, that's why we need Rusty. And then as soon as you win, then say it's all about Rusty, not Jacques. They are both, it's the coaching staff. If you want to go after team selection, it's the coaching staff. You have to go to all the coaching staff. You have to say it's Jacques. You have to say it's Rusty. You have to say it's everyone. Garvin says, Pollard not the same after his injury. 4, Creel 7, great game by him. And Pimpy 8, great cover defense, an amazing try. Looks like the All Blacks will only have to win to get the number 1 ranking back where it belongs. Time for Pollard to take a bow. We need to keep forgiving him every week. Agree, but if Alton got his kick over, we would have won. Yeah, but you can't. I'm sorry, but you can't. And I know I'm an Alton fan, but you can't compare a kick on the left-hand touchline to 2 kicks right in front for 3 points. It's not the same, isn't it? My pimps, Makazolo, give him an 8. Give the man a bells. 3 tries on the tour. What a player! What a player! He's just the complete package. 6.6. You guys are high off. I don't know what you guys are smoking to get him a 6.6. But yeah, so Albie says they had a slow 6.5 fullback. We should have taken them onto the game and grabbed us into the space. But there was a space at the back, so I see why he grabbed it, but the execution was bad. No, but I'm sorry, it was a 4-1-2 situation. You run the hands there. If you run the hands, you just use the numbers, you know. Devin says, to be fair, Alton's kick was on the touchline. Considering how much mind games we played, we did well. 61.75% win rate for 2021 is quite good. Pollard gets a 4 for those missed penalties. Is Ruben Pollard going to Leicester with a 50-50 boot? Can we bring back Lambie? Could have, should have, doesn't count. While the coaching staff sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll go that far either. I really need Bucket to win after the dismal performance of United. Let's not go there. If Pimpy can't defend, that's his problem. Harsh. I didn't have his best defensive day, but I think he has added a decent one. Damien was also, for me, getting an 8. I thought that he was very, very good today. A couple of steamrolling runs. I think that's a bit harsh. Lacania, solid, nothing. Nice, awful, solid, nothing special. Probably just a 6. It wasn't his best game. Lacania, 6.8. That's chill. I thought Jesse Creel tried hard. I thought he probably overran it when he was with Sia. I think he needed to stay a little bit further back. But I thought he was pretty solid. Gets a 7. 6. Harsh, in my opinion. I suppose, I don't know. I actually didn't think Billy was as bad as everyone's talking about, to be perfectly honest. I really don't think he had the worst game. I thought they targeted him quite a lot, and he was pretty reasonable under the high ball. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Billy was that bad today, to be honest. I think he's had substantially worse games than he did today. I'll give him a 6 for being average, but I don't think he was that bad. 5.1, I think, is horribly harsh. I thought, yeah, I've seen worse games from Billy. I've seen better games. Well, not phenomenal. I think fullback is a problem. But I don't think he was actually that bad. Malcolm Marks was tremendous, gets an 8. He's so flipping good, isn't he? He's just world class. He's just world class. 7.2. Stephen Kitsoff, probably a 7. Vincent probably also a 7. But Malcolm Marks is such a, 6.4 is a bit harsh. Vincent, I'll give him a 7, and they're going with a 6.5. There it is. Yeah, Malcolm is just such a class player, dude. Who cares about player ratings? You lost with a disastrous England penalties count second half. Okay. The sky is blue. Roses are red. I'm just putting out random facts which make no difference to my life whatsoever, just to continue on that rhetoric. Cummings says Herschel has good potential, just needs to tweak a few things. Franco, we didn't see much of him, did we? So he gets a 6. A 6 for Jasper Wiese as well. Nothing wrong, nothing great. Great comes with the benches. Johnny Sins, well played England Saturday. The ref missing a high tackle and Marks in the 77th minute proves 50-50 calls weren't going to go to the box way. Please bring Fassi, man. We don't have any wingers. Stefan van der Spey. Well, we've got Spear and Corsi. How many bad games can we accept? Well, classify a bad game. I think we lost to New Zealand by 2 points. We lost to the British and Irish Lions that first game by about 2 points. We lost tonight by about 1 point. So, yeah, come Chiefs. Let's not be. I thought Herschel actually played very well when he came on. I think that the pass he had to Evan Etzbeth when he took that gap was fantastic, perfect line. So I thought he actually looked very good when he came on. I thought he was actually a bit of a breath of fresh air. And it's ironic that last week, the last 2, where Herschel started and was pretty poor, Kurbis came on and looked a lot better. This time, I thought Kurbis had a really poor game, and then Herschel came on and looked a lot better. So I'll probably give Herschel a 7. I thought he actually looked quite good. Alton, I'll just give him a 6. Nice pass out for the try. Nice 6.4. That's fine. I think this is very, very harsh. I think he should be sitting at around a 7. I think that's pretty poor. France Dane, just a 6. Nothing that special, was it? And that is 6.8. That's chill. Whatever. You know what? I'm whatevering, to be honest. I think we're going to talk about this more tomorrow. I think we've got a lot of passionate people. And I think that we need to actually reflect on the year. But, yeah, that was it. People, I just want to say a big thank you. We're going to talk about more tomorrow. But you amazing people have got us up to 10,000 subscribers, and I'm going to go and celebrate, to be honest. So I'm actually going to call this early because I'm going to go celebrate. So I hope if you guys have got anything to drink, please have a drink for me and to say thank you so much, because it really is phenomenal that we've gotten up to 10,000 subscribers. So You guys have a great weekend. We'll chat more tomorrow on the live show. We're going to have a bit more of an in-depth discussion. We'll just reflect on the year. But take the loss on the chin. We lose rugby matches. You win rugby matches. It's how it works. Overall, I'm relatively happy with the year we had. And I thought that we've looked good and we've looked competitive in most games. And it's funny that people are sitting there saying that we're playing so badly when you consider that we've given so many teams a good go, that we've beaten so many good sides. And yet apparently we're terrible. So yeah, it's not so you casually dropped a 6 on Alton. Or what do you want him to have? Well, what would you give him? Okay, come on. And Kambuza, I'm waiting for you. I'm not going to leave until what would you give Alton? Also casually dropped. He missed a kick. Played a nice part in the try. Kicked for touch to right, but didn't do much. Didn't have much to do. So what's the chat? 7.5. Well, first of all, I don't know if you noticed, but I can't give him a 7.5. It doesn't work like that. And I don't think. Why would you get a 7.5? Was he better than Dean Kitzoff and Vincent Koch? No, not really. Come on, relax. And if you can tell that you just don't watch the channel, because you'll know that I'm a massive Alton Yankees fan, but he just didn't have much to do today. It's not his fault. He was average. 6 is average. That's literally the definition of average. We gave Pollard a 3. So calm yourself, Chief. But yeah, people, have a fantastic evening. I'm not going to go into you forget how England had injuries, because we've also had England injuries. You add P-Steph the Toy into that side. You add Ches and Colby into that side. You add Vance Malherbe into that side. You add a couple of people. Damien Williams had a concussion. I would have asked to have seen him a bit more in this tour. You add Faf de Klerk back into that side. But Steph said the coach needs to make some drastic changes. I'd like to see Malcolm Marks as captain now. Permy, Discard, LaRue, Pollard, and Dwayne. Interesting. Right, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But until then, go out, have some drinks, enjoy your Saturday night. I'm playing cricket in the morning, so I want to go out and have an absolute steamer overnight and then play cricket in the morning. People, keep well. I'll chat to you guys soon.